Hi, I'm JR, part of the team here at Spring Footwear, and this is the Manila. A shoe which is part of our professional collection. A colorful, comfortable, professional shoe like no other. The Manila has been specially engineered to give any professional whose working environment calls for special technology. The colorful, vibrant, durable leather protects you within your working environment, and the twin elastic goring gives you freedom of all-day fit. Add to this the ultra-flexible stitch-to-sole construction and super lightweight EVA midsole gives you all-day comfort. But the secret lies within our exclusively engineered outsole design and construction, which not only is oil resistant, but it's also skid resistant for those environments that require added slip resistance and performance. Every section of the tread pattern has been carefully engineered and detailed for performance and slip resistance. And we've added further comfort by designing a very lightweight, contoured, antibacterial, removable footbed. If you're a professional, a doctor, a nurse, a dentist, a chef, or a flight attendant who needs confidence in what you wear, or someone who's looking for fit and all-day comfort, then Springstep Professionals are the shoes for you.
Hello everyone and welcome. Welcome to Springstep Professional Fall 2021 collection. My name is Laura and thank you for joining. And today I'm very excited and pleased to introduce you to not just the styling that we have in our professional line, but a little bit about our technology and how we engineer our shoes and what really makes our shoes high performance and superior. So before I get into product, I just want to teach you a little bit about what we put into all of our styles and the engineering behind it that's going to keep you really nice and safe and of course comfortable and looking great, because that's what we're all about. So I'm just going to start here with the style and I'm going to walk you through the style so you can understand about the engineering. First of all and foremost, okay, it's about all oil and skid resistance. And how do we achieve that? We achieve that right here with all these outsoles on every single style that's in our professional line. Keeping in mind, our professional line is for both women and men because we want to keep everyone safe and comfortable. And the engineering is very special in our outsoles, and let me walk you through it. The outsole, first of all, it's lightweight. I hope you can see that because it's polyurethane. Right in here, you can see right part of the die cut, we have rubber inserts. I have a little bit of a snippet here, a square so you can see it. And what's so superior about our inserts? It's not any ordinary type of rubber. We have special compounds that we formulate in all of our outsoles that gives you a superior oil and skid resistance. And I'm just going to show you a little bit here because you can see closer up. I want you to know two things about it. When you first feel our outsoles, you might say, geez, they feel a little bit sticky, but that's a good thing because that's that special rubber compound that I'm speaking about. Second of all, it's the tread, just like a tire on a car. This tread is really uniquely designed because it's going to take all those contaminants, it's going to channel it away because that's where you're going to get that superior oil and skid resistance. Now, just because we have that great tread, how do we maintain it? We maintain it with all the die cuts and the precision to all the tooling. We make sure that they are absolutely razor sharp, so you get that great finished edge. So obviously there's no burring in the mold, so that's going to keep it nice and precise. The other trick here, or secret I should say, is that this lug, if you can see my hand, it's flat, and that's the other secret, because we want to make sure that we're giving enough contact here on this bottom right directly to your surface, and that's what's going to give you that superior oil and skid resistance. So that's just one component of it. So I talked about that great outsole. Next, I'm just going to talk a little bit about the upper here. You can see that it has a resistance. It has a little bit of that water resistance, because we understand in that environment, we want to be able to make sure that these shoes can be wiped clean and that nothing is going to permeate right through, because we want to make sure that your feet are comfortable, healthy, and dry. I'm going to show you the other part of this great style. It's the removable insole. And what's so great about this removable insole is that I'm going to show you it's anatomic. I hope you can see that shape, because that's really the great secret. Yes, it's thin. It's triple density EVA, and that's what you want in a shoe like this, because we want to make sure that you're keeping enough volume in there. It's also moisture wicking. It has this really nice soft textile lining on it. You can see a heel cup. What's so important about the heel cup? It's going to keep that heel in that right position. It's going to keep you stable, so that also is going to make sure that you're getting that arch support exactly where you need it. So that's the insole. Every single one of our professional shoes come with the removable insole. And the other great thing is, and you're going to see in every single construction that I go through today, I want you to take notice of the toe box. I want you to take notice of that height. It's a little extra roomier toe box, because we also understand that in these environments you may have compression socks on. You want to be able to wiggle your toes and move your foot. That's what's going to give you the absolute comfort there. So that's just a little bit of a little snippet about all the technology that we build into our shoes. I could assure you that we go through a lot of testing, because we do have the highest results in the industry for the oil and skid resistance. So let's get started into styles. I'll be sure to point all this out, but I just wanted to kind of give you a little bit of the insight to all that great technology and actually how we engineer all of our shoes. So let's get started, and I'll be sure to go by construction. So the first style that I have here, this is Manila. And I'm going to start with this Manila construction. I want you to see it really has a great, I like to say, curve to it, because it's going to form that natural anatomy of the foot. It's going to give you a really nice wide base, because we know you need that stability and confidence as you're walking. And our Manilas, they are all leather. It's a nice, easy slip-on style. You have your twin gore, because we want to make sure easy in and out. And just take a look at the top line. I like so very much how you have, it's just enough to clip the heel. Of course, you have this little dip here, and then you have a really nice top line here right across the vamp. This first pattern is style Galactic, and you can see she's a black background. She's a patent leather to give that shine, and she has that pink and that blue. It almost looks like a little galaxy. I'm going to hand it over so you can see that on the model's foot. As the model's putting that on, I'm going to just move along. I'm staying with that same construction, which is Manila, and this is the Leo Flow. And as you can see, it's the same construction, all that great engineering. It's just a different print. And here we're having some fun with a little bit of that leopard, and we bring in the pinks and the blues and a little bit of that, I'm going to call it a golden color. You can see on the screen how great it looks with scrubs. So just imagine all those different color scrubs, how great it's going to pick up all those different great colorations. So before I go to the next, let's just look at that first style on the model, and that's Galactic. And you can see how great she looks. And again, as I go through these styles, take a notice of how great it really hugs and holds the foot. My next style is continuing with Manila, and it's my Flower Power. And here again, it's just a different print. She has a little bit of that, boreal iridescent look. She has the flowers, which, is really reminiscent from back when, but of course it's still relevant here, and you can see all those great colorations. And there you can see it on the model's foot. Okay, so that's our Flower Power. And just as a reminder, we are open stock. We have these available, so just keep reordering, please fill in the sizes that you need. These are American sizes, 5.5 to 11, and I will also point out in our solid we go up to a 12. This is style Boreal, Manila Boreal, and right here you can see again, it's just a really beautiful print. Look at how great it looks on the model with the scrubs, bringing in the blue, and of course all those, all those pretty colors. And there's a little bit of pinks in there because we know we have some of those girly girls who like to see the pinks in there. So that's our Boreal. Another print for us, this is Manila, and this is my Free Flow. And we named her because she just has this really pretty free-flowing design. Again, there's that black background that I speak about all the time, and here you can see all that great colorations, the pink, the blues, and all that. And just remember, it's a twin gore, so easy on, easy off. Now, here's my basic, right? We wouldn't have our basics if we don't have them in our black and our white. This basic Manila, it's a smooth leather, and this particular basic comes in the wide. So make sure you check that out. It's mediums and wides, and of course it's the US sizing all the way up to 12, and there you go. That's just a nice, great basic Manila. Now, I explained to you, I'm just going to kind of pause for 1 second, and I'm just going to go here to my Slim Orthotics. I did explain to you that we have removable insoles, but I do want to just point out the Spring Step Slim Orthotic inserts because these are sold separately, and what this can give, these are compatible with the styles that I'm showing you now, and what this provides you is just a little bit more of that premium arch support. You can see it right here. There's your arch support, and right here is your nice, your heel technology for the shock absorbing when you're walking. Of course, anatomic and heel cup whisks away the moisture. And I'm just going to really show you really quick in this style so you can see what I'm talking about. You can take this insole out and look at how easily. Now, of course, I pre-fit this, so I pre-cut it to fit. And there you go, a customized fit just for you with that Slim Orthotic to give you that premium support. So just as a reminder, we have these available for men and women, and they are sold separately. So just as a nice little friendly reminder, I'm gonna get back to the style now. I just wanted to point that out so you're in the know. And this is Manila, and this is hybrid. And you can see she has a little bit of an embossed feeling. She has beautiful roses, black, and you can see these really cool highlights of the silver. You can see the blue on the model. It again has those really pretty little almost metallic highlights. So that's my Manila hybrid. Continuing on with Manila, because of course she's that great construction, this is a pattern called Van Gogh. I like very much how she has that just ever so subtle little hints of this little blue metallic on this little bit of this checkered pattern. So that's another great pattern to select from. Now I'm going to stay in that same construction, right? So she looks familiar to you, but this is style Ferrara. And the only difference between Ferrara and Manila is really the upper materials. Here we're going to have some novelty prints where we can have a little bit of fun. This is our fog print. This is a vegan-friendly print, and you can see it has that little bit, of course it has that shine to it, and you can see the iridescence, especially the one on the model, and that we call fog. And I do want to point out, I don't want to say, this is a great seller. All these styles really perform very well at retail. I hope you all have experienced that. And really, it's a matter of taste level for the prints because you can't go wrong with any of these prints. Ferrara Avatar. This is another really pretty print, and you can see the pops of the pink. Of course, with my sweater, it really kind of brings it up with the turquoises in the blue, and it looks great with the scrubs. So this is style Avatar. or I should say pattern avatar. The next one is racer. And again, just kind of following along that theme, you can see we do very well with the shine. We do like a little bit of the animal prints. You can see that here. We bring in the purples and the blues, and of course it's all on that black background. So there you go, that's Ferrara. Continuing with Ferrara, this is a really, this style means so much to so many of us. It touches our hearts every time it's fighter, because I know that we all know how hard and how all we fight when cancer unfortunately is here. And really, I'm going to just zoom in. It's all the ribbons of the different colors that represent the different cancers. And the great thing here is that it really says no one fights alone, and how true that is. So this is something that that's really true and dear to many of our hearts. So that's our fighter. And again, these are annual styles, right? So fill them in as you need. You can take some basics, take some patterns, add that greatness to your floor. And I'm talking mostly about the healthcare workers, but I just want to point out all the different other industries that are that this collection serves. It's about people in schools, people in the healthcare, in the workplace, and also in hospitality. So really so many different industries that we serve. Going to another construction. So this is our second construction that I'm going to show you today. And I just, just because it's a different construction, I assure you that it has all that same technology. It's engineered all the same. And I'm going to point out the difference between this Winfrey construction versus the Manila. If you remember the Manila construction, it's a stitch construction. So it's stitched right on the right outside directly to that outsole. Where here, this is a cement construction. And you can also see all that padding that goes around all the back and across that vamp. It is, of course, twin gore right here, easy on and off. You can see she rides a little bit higher. You can see how she looks on the model foot, and that's going to give her that really nice comfort, secure feeling, and of course all that comfort built in. So this is style, this is pattern flutter, and it's butterflies. And for us, butterflies sell so well because it's all about transformation and really a spiritual thing. So this has a little bit of the iridescent. You can see the black, and take a look at all the colors that it pulls. I absolutely love that. I think it's just so sweet. So I'm going to stay on that same construction. We call her Wisteria, and the only difference is that she's a Mary Jane. We also recognize that, this is a classic style, that there's people out there that like that Mary Jane where you can just slip her on, and then of course you have that Velcro, the hook and loop closure, and of course we put a nice little embellishment just to kind of jazz her up. And this comes in white, and you can see also with the white, all of the inside is gray. Now I talk about the inside, the insole and all, but I also want to just take a moment about the lining, because it's also what touches your foot. So this is a very nice soft textile lining, and that's been designed also to keep that foot dry and to keep it really nice and comfortable. So the lining is super important as well. So inside and out, we want to look great and feel great. So style woolen, same construction that I was just showing you. It's just a different pattern. This is called light, has that lightning effect. So you have the black with this little silver lightning, and of course look at the one on model. I really like that. That's that blue and the purple with that little lightning effect. Again, these I just want to keep pointing out that these really retail very well. Okay, now we're into what? Just our basic. So remember, it's very nice to keep those basics and then to add the prints as you see fit. So in the basics, we're always going to do our nice, this is leather, this is black, and of course you have the white leather that's right on the model's foot. Same construction, same style. Okay, staying on that same construction, this is woolen and this is swirl. And you can see, again, that cool iridescent, and she just has this really pretty swirl design. And you can see, again, how great she looks on the model's foot. And you can see by the model's foot how just nice and comfort that she has when she puts that in. So that's our first two constructions. I'm going to go to a third construction. I'm going to just spend a minute just to tell you a little bit about our Selly construction. So she's a little bit more of a classic clog design. You can see her, you know, and again, and I didn't point it out to the others, but I'll point out here that, you know, when you really look here, yes, she's a wedge. She has some height there because she does need that little bit of the lift, but take notice on this style and the other styles that you do have that front little bit of that platform here, so it's not a large pitch, so you're going to be really comfortable. So I talk about engineering and how we want to stay safe in that workplace, and of course beyond the workplace, but just take a look. So this has a little bit of a different design because of course we have a different design of the outsole. So there's our signature tread design, and of course it has all those great properties I described to you before. A little bit more of that classic. I just want you to kind of see how that dip is here along that heel, so it gives you that nice fit. Of course, clipping that heel, making sure that the shoe stays on, because in these environments, trust me, you're running around. You can take a look at this padding that's right across that top, and of course, we wouldn't be spring step if we didn't put in some great goring. So right in here you have a V-cut goring, so you can slip in and slip out and be assured that you're going to stay nice and safe and inside that shoe. So this is Selly, black and white, and I wanted just to spend a little time on that construction because now we're just going to get into some fun print patterns. This is iceberg. So take a look here. Again, you see it all throughout because this is a trend that we see, and this is really what we pride ourselves in, is all these great, beautiful prints. So check it out. So it has a little bit of that actually, this is tiger. I'm just looking, I apologize, I'm just looking on the screen. This is tiger because it has the tiger stripes, and I always try to roar, but not too good at it. But in any case, this is a little bit for her wild side. That's my tiger. And then we're gonna come to iceberg, and you can see how we named it appropriately. It kind of gives you that really kind of a cool look. And I want you to see the highs and lows. Again, dark black base, and then we're going to jazz it up. I really love the one on the model that has the reds, and I always talk about blues and purples, but look at how we really pull in those reds and that little bit of that pink for the girly girls, and that's your Selly iceberg. Okay, let's move on. Now I'm going to go into men's pro. So remember, we talked about we have all that great engineering for the ladies, and of course we want to make sure that our men are just as safe, right? So we're going to get into the men's style, and I'm just going to spend a minute. We have a couple different constructions, and I do want to show you the bottoms, because for these, you know, for the men, right, we want to make sure that he really has all that greatness here of stability and the traction in the treads. I mean, you could really see it here. A little bit of a different tread, and again, that's our signature. That's what really is going to give that superior traction when you need it in contact to that floor. So this is a style, this is Blaine. You're probably familiar with him, and here's what I'm going to show you about Blaine. I'm trying to think if I should do the black or the white, but removable insoles, because that's what professionals are all about. So I'm going to take this out, and wow, is that a removable insole? That is thick, and I just want you to see. So you have the leather here, and then you have textile here. Leather is a natural material that's going to feel so great against the foot, and of course here with that textile. So that's terrific, and boy, is that a nice thick insole. Did you hear how it popped in there? That's great, because we want to make sure that it doesn't pop out, because again, you're running around, you're on your feet. Take notice of this lip. It's going to keep that foot nice and secure. And I'm just going to show you the bottom one more time, because it's really important for all that shock absorbing when you have your heel strike and you're touching the floor. So this is style Blaine, and I'm going to show you actually a little inside here so you can see what that lining is about and all that great padding here. And of course, you know what, just like we do for the ladies, we're going to do for the men's. We're going to give them that twin goring. So these styles, these shoes have to be comfortable. They need to move with you, move to your foot. They need to adjust to you, right? Because you know, you look at your foot and it's actually quite amazing of all the curves and contours and anatomy of your foot. So we want to make sure that we're engineering and designing shoes that that really move with you. Style Beckham, same exact construction. Now we gave him a little bit of a closed back. You have that little pull tab in case you need it, but check out that padding. That's a wow effect. You could see it because it just really pops out. There's your twin gore, easy on and off. I have Beckham here, so that was my white. I want to show you the black, and check this out, a really nice dark brown. I'm talking about all the different industries that we service and cater to, and take a look at the brown. I think that's really nice, whether it's hospitality or what have you. Now, one last comment about our professional line is that I'm always talking about safety for the workplace, but it's also for the workplace and beyond. So just because you may not sell a scrub in your store doesn't mean these shoes aren't for you, because these are true, absolute true comfort styles and shoes that you can sell to so many people, because everybody wants to feel comfortable. So I like so much how we have the Beckham in the brown. So next style, same construction. We're going to take a very classic lace up, because we also recognize that, there's people there who just want that lace up. They may not be comfortable with just a slip-on style. So here's the great thing with any kind of lace up, and I don't have to tell you, you already know, but it really adjusts as you need it throughout the day, because again, I repeat it, but these are hardworking shoes for hardworking people. You're going to have people on your feet 10, 12 hours a day. I do have a little hang tag just so you can see that we of course want to make sure that we're boasting about all the great features. So that's style Berman, that's your lace up. Now I'm still going to stay in men's. And this is such a cool. If you looked at the last few styles, they're very much traditional, but look at this. This is Style Power. This is our Power series. It's all about that cool, really edgy looking outsole. So we really modernized him a little bit here, and I'm just gonna show you that outsole. Can you see that lug? Can you see? And if you can look how that's designed, it's gonna touch all that great surface of the ground of your surface there. And take a look at this. I want you to specifically look at the design here on the heel and of course the toe, and look at how that's designed right for that heel strike of how you're going to walk, and there you go, going to keep you nice and safe right on that surface. So this is our Style Power, our Power series, and take a look at the cool little red welt that we have around the welt. This is a cool pattern called Maze. It has that maze design, and of course there you go, slip on. Take a look at that. That's your twin gore, just going to keep him really cool and stylish. And you know what? These are everyday shoes, right? You could wear them day in, day out. And again, I'm just going to kind of grab this if I can. I want you to see, all removable, same exact as the ladies. We do treat you equally. And as you can see, little perforations here, and that gives you all that breathability. Okay, so take a look at this. This is called Power Skull. I never thought, and I say this every time, that skulls would be popular, but sure enough, they are. So this is a little bit of that raised, it's, kind of that debossed look, and it has the skulls, and it really has that really cool little bit of that, that silver, that metallic on it. Look at how cool your fella's gonna look in that. Power Skull. Next in the Power series is Blades, and there you go. Now, I don't know if you can guess where inspiration for this came from, but I'm going to share it with you. Check it out. We got all this inspiration for these next two styles from tattoos, right? Because we thought of the chefs. We thought of all this, cool tattoos, and there we go. We put this really cool embroidery, and I think it's just a little bit of craftsmanship and artwork here, where you actually have embroidery here. That's the blades. And then continuing with that inspiration of the tattoos, this is your knives. And look at this, there's that skull trend, right, I was talking about. He's got some knives, and of course he has a chef hat. You don't have to be a chef to wear him, but that's how we designed him to look really kind of cool and edgy. So that's our Power series. And that's our professional line. So I hope that you enjoyed the presentation. I hope that I was able to teach you a little bit about our engineering and what really truly goes into our styles. And again, consider them for the workplace and beyond. So my name is Laura, and I'd like to thank you so much for joining me today and for your time. I hope to see you again soon. Thank you so much.